How to get sponsored as a badminton player. You're gonna want to save this video, and as always, drop a follow, like, comment, press all the buttons, right? So for people that are first showing up for the first time, never seen me before, hi, my name's Nigel. I've worked with many brands in the past, right? 100, Leaning, Victor, OG Kills, Apex, Fellet, right? Many brands. I currently collab with the BWF and make content on their TikTok side as well. So I'd like to think I have a pretty good grasp on what it takes to get, collabs, partnerships, sponsorships, whatever it may be. And I am not the best player, right? I'm not ranked at all in the world, and I'm here to show you how you can basically do the same, right? So a lot of the players, when they first start out, they see the big contract, right? An Se-young gets signed for $2 million with Yonex, even though Leaning signed them or offered her $3 million, I think, right? And a lot of people see those big numbers, they think, okay, if I want to get any money in the sport, I just have to grind and get the world ranking. And that's definitely one way to do it. However, the probability is very low and the rewards are stacked unproportionately for the top 1%, right? The difference between An Se-young sponsorship and Chen Yufei, who's number 2, or say Bei Wanjiang, which last time I checked was around ranked number 10, right? It falls off a cliff, right? Same for men's singles, same for men's doubles, mixed doubles, whatever it may be, right? So you can do it, but can you probably get it is another question, right? And I think the reason why people think this way is because I don't think people understand what the companies that are sponsoring these players are really paying for. They're not paying for the rank, right? They're paying for the attention, okay? And that's the disconnect that badminton players that want sponsorships have. They believe that the only way they can grab attention is through performing really well at these tournaments and climbing up the leaderboard, right? But thankfully we live in the digital age and we can grab attention, we can hold attention, we can influence attention by content, right? And content is a much more scalable way to do it. It's a much more predictable way, and you have a higher chance of actually getting sponsorships that way, right? Obviously, the best candidate for a company that wants to sponsor a player is going to be a decently ranked player that also has a pretty good social following. So I've heard from lots of sports marketing agencies, they would much rather work and negotiate on the behalf of a player that's lower ranked but has a bigger influence than someone that is higher ranked but has no social influence, right? Because everyone is on social media, and at the end of the day, why are brands sponsoring players, right? They want to make more money than they are paying off that player in terms of sales, in terms of traffic, whatever it may be, right? So for example, Yonex is paying An Se-young $2 million a year. They are estimating that they can make more than $2 million in sales off of sponsoring her, right? They're not just giving her $2 million a year because they like the player, right? Same with Victor Axelsen, right? He has his own colorway. He has been the ambassador for the 100ZZ, right? That was an investment into VA. And I'm sure it's paid off handsomely. He has his own line of apparel now, right? So even though they're paying, I don't know how much they're paying VA, honestly, but whatever they're paying him, they've probably made that back and more. And so that's the same approach you have to make, right? If you can't grab attention by being the best player in the world, you can grab attention by growing a following, basically. But yeah, there you have it, right? You guys have to remember, sponsorships are not given by companies out of the goodness of their heart or the passion of their sport, right? At the end of the day, it is still a business. You need to be a good proposition to companies. You need to be valuable to them, and you need to be able to generate sales by whatever matter, right? It doesn't really matter anymore. If it's ranking, if it's content, whatever it is, if you find another way to generate sales for a company, right, they don't really care. At the end of the day, all you have to do is make more money than they are paying you, and be of value, and they will sponsor you, or the sponsorship offers will roll in, okay? All right, guys, let me know what you guys think of this take. It's, for me, a pretty logical take, but I don't see many people talking about it. So I hope you learned something. If you did, drop down a comment down below. If there's any questions, happy to answer. Bye-bye.